This is coming from the Black American Soul Brother, Part 3.
They wanted to stand up and be counted and be a part. They wanted to have their voices heard and put their bodies on the line. But there's no question in my mind that to whatever extent Birmingham moved all of our collective civil rights balls forward toward the goal line, the use of the young people had a lot to do with it.
To show what racism was willing to do, what Southern whites were willing to do to black children, I think stands as a critical, powerful turning point moment.
President John Kennedy, who's been trying to slow this movement down so he doesn't lose the white segregationist South, sees the picture on the front page of the New York Times of a dog biting a young black man in the stomach. There's no doubt, by the way, that Kennedy himself is a transformation. And within a few weeks, Kennedy will give his very first speech on civil rights.
Now the time has come for this nation to fulfill its promise. The events in Birmingham and elsewhere have so increased the cries for equality that no city or state or legislative body can prudently choose to ignore them.
Kennedy puts forth comprehensive civil rights legislation in response to the crisis. But he's assassinated in November of 1963 before the bill can come up for a vote, leaving Lyndon Johnson to carry on the cause.
People are saying Lyndon Johnson, he's a Southerner, he's a deal maker. If Kennedy was immune to moral persuasion until forced by the movement to come to some sensitivity, what are we going to get from Johnson? And this is where Johnson in many ways may have had a better understanding than Kennedy, because he understands, as King did, that it's not just about formal rights, it's about inequality and poverty.
No memorial oration or eulogy could more eloquently honor President Kennedy's memory than the earliest possible passage of the Civil Rights Bill for which he fought so long.
It's the assassination of President Kennedy that gives President Johnson the ability to say, we must fulfill what he would have wanted us to fulfill, and to kind of shame Congress into acting on the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
When the landmark law goes into effect on July 2nd, it officially prohibits employment discrimination and segregation nationwide.
The 1964 Civil Rights Act is monumental. It really is the act that goes to this issue of public accommodations, of ending segregation in public accommodations.